Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to my channel. I'm Muhammad Khan and today we are covering a major political and legal development in India, the Waqf Amendment Bill 2025, which has officially been passed by Parliament as of April 4, 2025. This new law has sparked nationwide protests, raised deep concerns within the Muslim community, and drawn both praise and criticism from political leaders, legal experts, and civil society. So, what exactly does this bill change? Why is it so controversial? And what does it mean for the future of Waqf properties in India? Let's break it all down. Let's first understand what is Waqf. A Waqf is a charitable endowment made by a Muslim for religious or philanthropic purpose, like mosque, madrasas, dargahs, and graveyards. In India, these are governed by the Waqf Act of 1995 and overseen by state Waqf boards and central Waqf board council. India has over 6 lakh Waqf properties, many of them undocumented and are disputed, which is where the controversy begins.
Long light, but watch those images on your television screen as Asaduddin Owaisi called the bill an insult to Muslims. Listen in to Barrister Asaduddin Owaisi as he tore apart the Waqf Amendment Bill.
What are the major changes and key provisions over here? The major changes brought by the Waqf Amendment Bill 2025. Firstly, inclusion of non-Muslims in Waqf board. For the first time, non-Muslim members can be appointed to state Waqf board and the central Waqf council. Government says it promotes transparency and diversity. Critics argue it threatens the religious autonomy of Muslims. Secondly, abolition of Waqf by use. Properties cannot be declared Waqf just because they have been used for religious purposes for a long time. Now only registered Waqf deeds are legally valid. This has alarmed many communities where ancient mosques or shrines lack paperwork. Third, mandatory inclusion of Muslim women. At least 2 Muslim women must now be appointed to the Central Waqf Council, seen as progressive move towards inclusivity. Fourth, greater government oversight. State and central government will have more power to verify, audit, and reclaim Waqf properties. This opens up legal challenges and fears in politicization. Lastly, digital registry of properties. All Waqf lands to be listed as central digital portal. The aim is to reduce fraud, improvement, transparency, and encroachments. Government's position. The Union Minority Affairs Ministry says this bill is about modernizing Waqf property management, preventing misuse of land, and making the system more inclusive. A government spokesperson stated, this law will protect genuine Waqf properties while removing ambiguity from disputed and undocumented claims. The Muslim Rashtriya Manch, an RSS-backed group, welcomed the bill, calling it a step towards empowering the underprivileged. Opposition and community response. But the backlash has been fierce. The All India Muslim Personal Law Board called the bill an attempt to usurp Muslim properties and undermine community rights. Opposition parties, including Congress and AIMIM, have said that the bill violates constitutional protections under Article 25 and 26. They have filed petitions in the Supreme Court. Protests have been broken out across Lucknow, Delhi, and Hyderabad, and other cities demanding that the bill will be withdrawn. Statement from the key political figures. Asaduddin Owaisi, President of All India Majlis-e-Ittihad al-Muslimin, AIMIM, has been a vocal critic of the bill. He argues that the Waqf Amendment Bill is a direct assault on Muslims and will strip them of their properties. Owaisi further stated that the bill violates Article 14, 15, and 25 of the Constitution. It is both discriminatory and arbitrary. It is a grave attack on the basic structure of constitutions, as it violates the principle of judicial independence and separation of powers.
नरेंद्र मोदी की हुकूमत ने इस मुल्क की सबसे बड़ी अक़लियत के खिलाफ एक ऐलान जंग कर दिया और ये जंग ना सिर्फ मेरे जिस्म पर है बल्कि मेरी आज़ादी पर, मेरी इबादत पर एक हमला है।
On the other hand, Amit Shah defends Waqf Bill, says members of other faiths in Council for Transparency.
अपना मत प्रकट किया, वो जो मत प्रकट हुआ, वो मत फिर से कैबिनेट के सामने गया। कमेटी के जो सुझाव थे, ये भारत सरकार की कैबिनेट ने स्वीकार किए और अमेंडमेंट के रूप में किरण रिजिजू जी लेकर आए।
He also stated that vote bank is being created by intimidating minorities and confusion being spread in the country in the name of Waqf Bill. Potential benefits: cleaner and digitalized land records, more gender representations, curb on illegal encroachments. What are the concerns over here is loss of undocumented Waqf sites with historic or religious value, dilution of Muslim control over religious endowments, increased state intervention in community affairs. Legal experts say that the Supreme Court verdict in the coming months will define the actual scope and execution of this law. Outro and your opinion. The Waqf Amendment Bill 2025 has officially passed, but the story is far from over. It's being hailed as a reform by some and condemned by us, overreached by others. How it plays out will depend on implementation, judicial reviews, and public responses. So I ask you, what do you think? Does this bill bring much needed reform, or does it infringe on religious rights? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and please keep the discussion respectful. If this video helped you understand the issue, like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. More legal and political explainers coming your way soon. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and peace to all.